Hey anyone, how's it going? And welcome to Bite Size Marathons. Today we're watching Bad Batch episode 11. Don't really have much to say. Last episode was just another episode where they got to see the Separatists. Judging by the little blurb of this episode, it looks like we might see a little bit of the beginning of the rebellion, which is some nice, larger Star Wars history to go back and play with. I'm just excited to see what we'll see today. So let's just get into the video. Devil's Deal. I wonder what devil they're dealing with today. Oh. Twi'leks being pressed into slavery? This is what we're doing today?
I have a visual. Gobekli and his fighters are here.
This is not right. What has Tata?
Yep. It's really funny. I just saw a video a few days ago.
Despite our new refinery bringing countless jobs to your citizens, they seem troubled by our presence.
This fat guy essentially ends up,
when I say this partnership
bumbling his way into enslaving.
So
So
Always support that which helps Ryloth.
And what about you, General? Do you share your wife's outlook?
Hera's parents?
After years spent fighting, peace is what is needed.
Really?
And with peace comes prosperity.
First baby Kanan,
This is a new
now
era
Hera's
for
parents?
Shall we?
I don't even know what they said.
Everything all right, General?
I should be content the war's over, but change is not always easy. I hope my people will embrace this peace.
Speak for yourself.
Ryloth is safe, Jam. This is what you fought for.
Yes,
Weird
it is.
seeing a clone with painted armor again.
Thanks to the generosity of the Galactic Empire, our new refinery will bring stability and growth to Ryloth once again.
Slaving your people, Ta.
Now is the time for all Twi'leks to step down from their military posts and enjoy their hard-fought freedom.
Huh?
Step down?
With order established.
Yeah, you ain't. Wonder how quickly he's gonna turn away. Because the way he talks in Rebels, the war never really ended for him. Just the enemy. Which is true for a lot of people.
What a shame your daughter is not here to share in this.
Of course, she's
Hera has other interests, Admiral.
name drop. Wow. Just in case you weren't clear from the Syndulla part. Can we see Kid Hera, please? Chopper? Please? Please? Ah! It's Hera Chopper!
Let me take a look.
Already. Is that a Rebels theme music I hear?
Chopper.
Chopper, come on! Shoot him! This is their house. Enjoy it. You'll get blown up in a few.
should not be the ones defending Ryloth.
It's at the moment. I won't report this, but it can't happen again.
I assure you it won't. Thank you, Hauser.
Hauser. Decent name.
His influence over them is a
Oh,
problem.
don't.
Gobekli is your real threat.
Glee's his lieutenant. Syndulla's fighters will always be loyal to him. They all must be dealt with.
Oh, no, no.
We each
Idiot
have our
Ta,
parts to
you-
play, Senator. Be sure to see this through.
Jealous fool.
Seem very happy.
Their lives, much like yours,
It's really
have been
nice to hear
surrounded by
Hera again,
war for far
but
too
with
long.
that Rylothian
But we are
accent.
coming through it.
Uncle Gobi doesn't think so. He says things are getting worse.
I can't tell it's the
I
same
am well
voice
aware
actor,
of
though.
what your uncle thinks.
Actress.
He and I.
The Empire is dedicated to protecting the interests of Ryloth.
Hera's mother is gonna die this episode.
Please excuse me. There's a matter I must address.
I know it.
You can...
The contact's inbound.
Please. Please, if you give me Hondo this episode, I will burst.
What supplies are we here to get?
Weapons?
But we just turned over all our weapons to the Empire.
Not for long.
Oh. Right, that batch, they have to show up.
I've never seen a ship like that before.
It is their show. Kind of forgot for a second. Hera met Omega.
Are you Gobi? Sid's.
The instruments help guide you, but you plot your course.
It's just nice
Oh,
knowing that she
free.
becomes
So you're
probably one of the best pilots in the
No,
galaxy.
Not yet.
At the very least, one of the best non-force sensitive
One
pilots in the
day.
galaxy.
Come on, I'll show you my favorite part of the ship.
Turbo tank? Definitely seen it. Oh man, it's been a while. They really show off those.
These
In
three
Rebels,
called
Hera
smuggling
talks about how the
weapons
clones
onto the
saved her
planet.
people. So clearly,
Miss
it's
Syndulla.
kind of a retcon.
I find your involvement in such matters to be most distressing.
Cham's behind this. She's the
Oh,
crew.
shut up, Ta.
He's plotting an uprising.
That's not true!
You being here is enough
Shut
to
up, Ta.
implicate him.
The public won't...
Are you feeling your chip, bro? You don't seem as compliant as you should be.
I'm clocking 3 of Glee's fighters on the western ridge.
Stay here and wait for my signal.
See, you guys are making a mistake leaving Chopper. He's a badass. Well, Chopper is probably one of the most destructive droids. At the very least, one of the most destructive astromechs.
The convoy's been targeted.
It's Syndulla. I knew it. What are you waiting for? Attack!
Yes, sir.
I don't think he's feeling the effects of his chip. He might be one of those who are just normally immune. Oh, bye, Tal.
Chopper, get Hera out of here! Go!
Why didn't you get
Arrest
this,
these
Peter? You've had
insurgents
enough
for the
time.
attempted assassination of Von Fritar.
Wait, huh? You're not even pretending they did assassinate Norfrita?
The Syndulla girl won't get far. Have our forces find her.
Two-parter. And that was the episode. I have to be honest here. That was an episode of the Clone Wars. It really was. One of the most interesting parts of the Clone Wars was the fact that it didn't feel the need to stick with a main cast the whole time. It was basically like an anthology series, running around the galaxy, focusing on different people at different times. Yes, there were a lot of episodes with Anakin and Ahsoka and Obi-Wan. That can't be denied. That doesn't change the fact that we had episodes. Oh, look, now we're just following Yoda. Oh, look, here's a few with just a bunch of clones. Oh, over here, Mace Windu and Jar Jar Binks have a side adventure. Right? This was that. For the first time since the Bad Batch show started, we had an episode that wasn't about the Bad Batch. They showed up, but just because, hey, just to remind you that this was their show. Honestly, you saw, I was expecting Hondo Onaka or someone else we knew to show up. But it's like, oh, right, this is your show. You should at least make an appearance, right? Oh, and most of all, especially by the end of Clone Wars, they had arcs that took multiple episodes to get through. And what just happened here? The story clearly isn't over yet. So we're getting a next part to it. Really, just a classic Clone Wars episode in every sense, except for the fact that it didn't take place during the Clone Wars. I was entirely shocked. You know, first of all, we got a little baby Kanan Caleb Doom in the first episode. And I thought, oh, that's a cool Rebels reference. Probably the only one, though. Not much else. But this episode, it's like, oh, look. It's Hera's mom. And there's Cham, her father. And I'm like, okay, cool. That's just a moment then, right? And no, we got hit with a little Hera and Chopper. And I think I just realized I maybe need to check again, but it looks like Chopper has both his actual legs instead of being missing one, which might explain why he's not as grumpy as he is by the time of Rebels. But I didn't expect that. It was amazing. And to be honest, it's a nice breath of fresh air. We've been following the Bad Batch doing their missions again and again and again for a lot of episodes in a row. So having the time to breathe and like watch someone else see a different part of the story, it's nice. Nice to do that again. I'm assuming the Bad Batch will come back in next episode as Hera reaches out to them somehow to ask for help in saving her parents. Or who knows? Hera and Chopper may just do it themselves. Like I said, Chopper is probably one of the most badass droids in Star Wars. I mean, those little hands can carry blasters, and they can fire blasters. This little dude can fire blasters. And he can get on his... It's crazy. He's nuts. He will mess you up. Don't get on Chopper's bad side. Though, this one looks a little bit more... He doesn't seem to be as grumpy. It was really interesting seeing their home again. We've seen this in Rebels in the future. And I don't know if they... It looks like it might be just a recreation of the exterior rather than just lifting the model, if that model still exists or anything. But I can't tell. I'm not good enough to tell. I think I said before. I think I said it during the video, but that turquoise clone commander. Can't remember what his name was, but from the way he talks, he doesn't sound like his chip is really working. Right? He may not have even been near a Jedi during Order 66, so he might be chill with. He may not be like weirded out to the point of running away. But my bet, more than anything, is that he'll be an ally next episode. Crosshair was, there this episode more than the Bad Batch itself, which is nice. He's rarely around. He wasn't really a character, though. He was just generic, bad guy henchman. But I guess he can't really have a character until his chip's removed, so what can you do? All in all, a really fun episode and a nice breath of fresh air in the show that really ties together Clone Wars, Bad Batch, and Rebels in a really nice, satisfying package. I can't wait to see what will happen next week, how Hera will save her father, and how her mother will most likely die in the process. Because, spoiler warning, she isn't around by the time of. Over here is going to be the next reaction when that comes out. Over here is a playlist of all my videos, and on my face is the subscribe button. Like, comment, subscribe, criticize even, I don't mind. See ya.